Good morning, everybody. My presentation today is randomized controlled trial of topical EMLA, that is 5% eutectic preparation of 2.5% relocated prilocaine and breastfeeding for reducing pain during whole cell DPT vaccine. The primary objective was to evaluate the analgesic effect of eutectic mixture of local anesthetic EMLA during the whole cell DPT vaccination. And the secondary objective was to evaluate if the analgesic effect of EMLA was synergistic to breastfeeding. A randomized placebo-controlled trial was done to include infants of up to 5 months of age who came for their DPT vaccination. The outcome variables are duration of the cry, latency of the onset of the cry, and modified facial coding score. Modified facial coding score was calculated immediately and after 1 and 3 minutes of needle insertion. This was a composite score obtained from the sum of following. Number 1, brow bulge. Number 2, eye squeeze. Number 3, nasolabial furrow. Number 4, open mouth. Number 5, chin quiver. And number 6, trunk movement. Each parameter was scored 0 if absent and 1 if present, and the total score was obtained. During breastfeeding, only half of the face was visible, so all parameters were based on the facial side which observer could see. The present study was carried out in Immunization Clinic Central Railway Hospital, Igatpuri, Mumbai Division from December 2004 to November 2006. The participants' inclusion criteria are healthy term infants of up to 5 months of postnatal age who are on exclusive or partial breastfeeding and attended the immunization clinic for the whole cell DPT vaccine with their mothers. The exclusion criteria includes babies with any of the following are excluded: infants who have required hospital admission for more than 48 hours, perinatal asphyxia, small for gestational age, that is birth weight less than 10th percentile of gestational age, preterm babies delivered before 37 of gestation, obvious neurological abnormality, and previous surgery. The 99 candidates have been selected, of which 3 groups have been made of 33 each. Number 1, that is EB group, babies receiving topical EMLA cream with breastfeeding. Number 2, PB group, that is babies receiving topical placebo cream with breastfeeding. Number 3, OB group, that is babies receiving only breastfeeding. In the EB group, 1 gram of EMLA cream was applied at the site of injection. It was then covered with occlusive dressing, that is Tegaderm 3M, for approximately 60 minutes. The dressing and the cream was removed by investigator after 60 minutes by using a tissue paper. A water-soluble marker, that is a sketch pen, was used to mark 4 dots on the skin where the cream has been applied. Breastfeeding started 2 minutes prior to the vaccination and continued throughout the procedure. In the PB group, 1 gram of Vaseline cream was applied at the site of injection by the same method and the same duration was described in the previous group. Breastfeeding given in the same manner. Placebo cream Vaseline was visually and cosmetically identical to EMLA cream but does not have any analgesic effect. In the OB group, only breastfeeding given in the same manner, in the same duration, which was described in the previous 2 groups. These were the 3 parameters, sex, age, 3 groups of having various parameters. All are statistically insignificant, so all the groups are comparable. All have p-value more than 0.05. That is statistically insignificant, all the groups are comparable. Now, after randomization allocation, babies are administered 0.5 ml of whole cell DPT vaccine by using a 2 ml syringe with 25 gauge needle on the anterolateral aspect of the thigh, right or left, after cleaning the skin with a spirit swab. When DPT was given, baby was made to lie supine in mother's lap with thigh exposed. All events were recorded in a digital video camera for a total duration of 3 minutes from just before the needle insertion. The outcome variables are analyzed from video recording. All the persons are the same throughout the study and performed the same role and were blinded to the pharmacological intervention given to the baby. All the infants are followed up for 5 days after vaccination for any unexpected events at the site of vaccine. This is the flow diagram. The enrollment after randomized, the 19 are selected, out of which 22 has been excluded for not meeting the inclusion criteria and declined to participate on number 7. So 99 has been allocated into 3 groups, 33, then follow-up, then analysis were done. In order to avoid confounding by other pain-relieving methods, few steps were ensured. Number 1, all enrolled babies have been fed with last 3 hours but not sooner than 30 minutes. The mothers were allowed to hold, talk or rock the baby during the procedure in all the groups. Since the state of wakefulness could have modified the response, the procedure was taken in awake babies. If the baby was sleeping, he was gently awakened. If he was crying, he was soothed to quit wakefulness before the procedure. Non-nutritive suckling was not done during the procedure. All the tests were performed between 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. to avoid any derivation variation of pain response. Written informed consent was obtained from the parents and ethical clearance was taken from the ethical committee of the institution. So this is the primary and secondary outcomes. This clearly shows that the duration has been duration of the cry is almost half in the EV group, and latency of the cry is also more. And the MCFS score immediately no significant, but after 1 and 3 minutes is statistically very much significant, almost half. So there was a limitation of the study. Lack of physiological parameters of pain assessment, that is heart rate, respiratory rate, oxygen saturation is a limitation to this study. It is avoided because pulse oximeter often do not give readings in crying or vigorous babies. And attaching ECG leads for heart rate monitoring to a healthy baby in immunization clinic is stressful for the parents. Previous studies have also been done with this sort of pure behavioral scales in children. Erythema and swelling for the use of EMLA is one of the side effects, but no significant adverse effects have been reported after 5 days. So to conclude, prior topical EMLA application has a synergistic when combined with breastfeeding during vaccination. And these are the other studies where you can see EML has been shown to reduce pain due to DPT, EML has been shown to reduce due to MMR, breastfeeding during vaccination reduces pain if available breastfeeding. Even the Cochrane review also shows that if available breastfeeding and breast milk should be used to alleviate pain, but no other study has combined EMLA with breastfeeding. So what is already known is measures like expressed breast milk feeding and topical EMLA have pain relieving effect in minor OPD procedures and intramuscular and IV injections and DPT vaccination. So what is new, what this study adds on the knowledge is that prior EML application along with concomitant breastfeeding during DPT vaccination provides synergistic relief in pain due to vaccination. So there is, I hereby declare there is no conflict of interest, and these are some of the references, almost 27 reference studies, and this is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, the session is open for question.
Firstly, it's a pretty old study.
Pardon, sir?
It's a pretty old study.
Yes, sir.
The study period was 2004 and 5.
Sir.
Because EMLA cream has come a long way after that.
Sir.
First. Secondly, what was the design of your study?
It is a randomized placebo control.
Because there was only single blind. We could not achieve a double blind because the third group had only breastfeeding. There was no application of any cream. So this.
Yes, sir.
So this is a single blind, prospective, randomized controlled trial. Because if you do a double blind study, then your validity of the study becomes much more. In fact, you could have done a 2-group study instead of third group, because that way you could have done a double blind study. And thirdly, 1 gram of eutactic mixture of local anesthetics, how much lignocaine and how much prilocaine does it contain?
2.5%. In a 5% cream, 2.5% lidocaine and 2.5% prilocaine. So this is the composition, weight by weight, equal volume, equal weight.
Okay, so 1 gram of that mixture, how much of lignocaine does it contain?
Around say 0.5 gram.
0.5 gram.
Right.
That means 500 milligram. Are you sure?
Yes.
What is the toxic limit of lignocaine?
So toxic level depends on the method of application. In skin, is applied over the skin. As such, 500 mg is no way in the toxicity level.
There is a ceiling. There is a toxic limit of lignocaine.
Definitely.
And in topical also there is a prescribed and documented toxic limit of lignocaine. And for a 5-month-old baby, I think the body weight would be nearing 3 kg.
No, sir, 5 kg. 5 months is 5 to 6 kg. 3 kg is the birth weight, sir.
So maybe 5-6 kg.
6 kg.
They are very healthy at Igatpuri, I suppose.
Sir.
Okay.
Because so, it is only on the inclusion criteria, they should be heavy, healthy.
At 5 kg, if it is 500 milligram, as you are saying, so that means
You may be confused. Maybe confused. May not be 500.
Sir?
it cannot
Strength may not
be.
be 500 milligram.
It cannot be. Then it means that 100 milligram per kg was applied. You mean to say, if it is 0.5 gram of lignocaine, that means 500 milligram of lignocaine was applied for...
No, sir. For 2.5% of 1 gram. মানে 0.25 mg.
That's why.
0.255% of 1 mg. That is 0.25. It is not 500.
That's why he confused. Strength was confused.
And coming to your first question, sir, regarding the control group, the 3 groups have been selected. Point number 1 is breastfeeding has been proved beyond doubt by all the studies that it will reduce the pain during any procedure, any DPT vaccination or any IV insertion, anything. So, to making a control group without breastfeeding is unethical because it is a already proved fact that you cannot stop breastfeeding because it is already proved beyond doubt that it will reduce the pain. First issue. Second issue is no ethical committee will pass any study which will omit breastfeeding. This is second point. So no ethical committee will permit that without just to compare anything without breastfeeding, except a few anti-cancer drugs or anti-thyroid drugs or other radiation hazard. So that is why breastfeeding has been common in all the groups. So no more control can be done in this study.
Has it been compared with 25% sucrose?
Sir, there is actually 10% dextrose has been recommended for reducing pain in all the procedures, but it is a different study. We can, I will someday will conduct. It is not been compared. The study is only to show the synergistic effect of EMLA along with breastfeeding, not to compare with anything, not to compare with breastfeeding, not to compare with 10% dextrose or not to compare with any other medication. It is only to show the synergistic effect of EMLA along with breastfeeding. Breastfeeding has been proved beyond doubt.
You may compare this study with 25% sucrose.
Sir, that is a different study, sir. Thank you, sir.